all. A warm welcome to one and all. I know that you were in extreme stress, but to give yourself a little bit more confidence, what we need to do is to do and practice yourself and simulate your brain with a lot of questions. So here I am with the bunch of questions from the chapter 1 of biology. So this is it that today we are gonna do. Uh, we are gonna do a bunch of questions from chapter 1 of biology. Okay. Without any introduction, let's get into the question. The first one is herbarium. A question related to herbarium. A label of herbarium sheet does not carry the information on. See, first we need to do is to underline the keyword does not carry information on. Okay, let's go to the options. Date of collection, local names, name of the collector, height of the plant. Okay, we can do a rough guess. Date of collection is very important. Local name is also important because it might be with the help of local collectors, the scientists or the researchers go to this plant. So the local names is also very important. The name of the collector is also important. The height of the plant, it can be 20 centimeter in one plant, it can be 25 centimeter in another plant, so that is not necessary, right? We don't need to uh, yeah, write down the height of the plant. So use your logic and come up with an answer, come up with the right answer. Elimination techniques, you can use it when you are confident at least 50%. Okay, so the answer is D. Label does not carry information on uh, height of the plant. Okay, herbarium is a collection of plants with dried, pressed or mounted plants on herbarium sheets. It can be dried, it can be pressed, it can be mounted. No, it is dried, pressed and mounted and preserved in herbarium sheets. Herbarium sheets. Okay. The storage of herbarium forms a repository for future use and can give the following information is fixed at lower right corner of the herbarium sheets. Okay. Now, I think we are clear about the first question. Let's move on to the next question. Match the column 1 with column 2 for housefly classification. Okay. See, family, order, class, phylum. Okay, Diptera, Arthropoda, Muscidae, Insecta. Okay, first we can simply say that housefly is basically an insect, right? All insects belong to the largest phylum Arthropoda. So, D comes 2. D comes 2 on this option only. Rest of the options can be eliminated. Then, moving to the next options, the phylum. Which phylum? Arthropoda. Then family. Yes, Muscidae. Musca domestica, Muscidae. Then order, Diptera. Class, Insecta. Okay, I think we are clear about this question. It was a very simple question. Always expect this kind of questions. Nomenclature is governed by certain universal rules which are none of the following is contrary. That means not in the rules of nomenclature. Okay, let's read the options. Always underline the keywords. Okay, write the names are written in Latin and are italicized. That is true. When handwritten, the names are to be separately written and underlined. Separately written, I added the term. It is not here, but still it is true. Biological names can be written in any language. Have you ever seen any biological name in Malayalam language or in English language? No. In Tamil language. It is in Latin language, right? Even if it is a Malayalam term, we need to Latinize the term, right? Even if it is Tamil, we need to Latinize the term, right? So it should be in Latin. The first word of the biological name starts with the genus. Represents the genus, and second in the species. Okay, that is again true. This correct. Wrong answer is C. Okay. This is a very hot area. The nomenclature, the set of rules in from nomenclature, this is a very hot area. This is a star area, so you need to by heart these rules and you need to Also, apply these rules onto a name, because if the wrong answer is given to you, like with errors in the scientific naming, you must be in a position to understand which one is the wrong and which one is the right. I think you are getting me, right? So can I move to the next question? Okay, which one of the following is not a correct statement? Note is the keyword. I just underline that. A museum has a collection of photographs of animals and plants. Key is a taxonomic aid for identification of specimens. Herbarium houses dry, pressed, and preserved plant specimens, and botanical gardens have collection of living plants for reference. So when you have a kind of this kind of a question, you just imagine, have you ever been to a museum? All of you have uh, been to a museum, right? Just photographs. Seriously? No, we do have stuffed animals here. We do have, if it is a zoology or biological museum, we do have skeletons. Then a lot of animals or plants preservations can be there. So it is false, right? Okay. Without jumping into the answer, we can also go to the other options. Key is a taxonomic aid for identification of specimens. That is true. Herbarium, dried, pressed, and preserved plants. We already went through the questions from question regarding herbarium. Again, that is true. The botanical gardens have collection of living plants for reference. Again, botanical gardens have got a collection of all these living plants. Okay, that is again true. Can I move to the next question? I think we are clear about this question. This is again from Neet of 2013. Okay. Now, common characteristics between potato and tomato will be maximum at the level of their. See, this is a genus. They don't have both. They don't both have same genus. Potato it is Sonalum tuberosum, and tomato it is the genus is Lycopersicum. So it is not genus. So it is again wrong. Then order, it is not division, actually it is family. It was a very tough question. Not very tough, it is a kind of a tough question, because the Sonalum tuberosum, that is potato and tomato, that belong to the family Solanaceae. Solanaceae, Solanaceae. Both are called by the name potato family. Okay. So can we move on to the next question? Yes. Yes. Okay. Which one of the following organism is scientifically correctly named, correctly printed according to international rules of nomenclature? So it should be correctly named and should be correctly printed. Okay. Let's move on to the options. Musca domestica, house of lizard or reptile? No, Musca domestica is the house fly, right? We are clear about it, because in the first chapter there is a tabulation column given to you. You need to by heart that one. In that, it is clearly written that Musca domestica is the housefly. So this option is not correctly named. Okay, Plasmodium falciparum, a protozoan pathogen causing serious type of malaria. That is true. That is again true. Felis tigris, Indian tiger, well protected in Gir forest. Actually, it is not Felis tigris. It is Panthera. Panghera. Panthera tigris. Okay. E. coli, Endamoeba coli, common name occurring in bacterium in human intestine. No, it is Escherichia coli. So, this is again, this all three is again wrong. The correct answer is Plasmodium falciparum. Uh, this is very important. Plasmodium falciparum is actually a protozoan parasite that causes malaria. It is transmitted to female Anopheles mosquito. That is the vector. It has got two hosts. First one is man, in which the sexual cycle, uh, life cycle happen, and the second one is mosquito. Okay, in the asexual life cycle happens. Okay, can we move on to the next question? Am I going it Too fast? Are you okay with my pace? Okay, I will reduce my pace a little bit. Okay, this question is important, a little bit tricky kind of question. Which one of the following animals is correctly matched with a particular taxonomic category? Okay, one tiger, tigress species. Yes, Panthera tigris. We already went through that question here. Okay, so this is true. The second one is cuttlefish mollusca class. See, actually mollusca is not a class. Mollusca is actually a phylum. We all we all know. Humans primata family. Primata is not the family, it is the order. From the first chapter there is a tabulation column. From that one we are very clear it is not the family, it is an order. Housefly Musca domestica, that is the term. Musca is not the order, it is the genus, name of the genus. So that answer is the tiger, tigress. So always remember, whenever it is a species, when the Panthera and Tigris are written together, the Tigris, the T should be small letter. Okay, in small letter. Okay, which one of the, let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following aspect is an exclusive character of living things? Okay, isolated metabolic reactions in vitro only? No, we do it in our body. Not only in vitro means in lab. Not only in lab, we do have metabolic reactions in our body. Isolated metabolic reactions, the term is also important. No. Exclusive character, no. We do have integrated, combined, step by step, fused uh, metabolic reactions. The sentence itself is wrong. The increase in mass from inside only, no. Perception of events happening in the environment are their memory, that is true. Increase in the mass by accumulation of materials on surface as well as internally. So this is also partly true, but we cannot say that exclusive character of living beings. See, imagine that this mass accumulation material from surface can also happen in non-living things also, right? So that is not the correct answer. So we are coming to the answer. Perception of events happening, that is the answer. The C is the answer. Happening in the environment and the memory. Okay. Then the next question is very important. ICBN, International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. That is the true. Not Congress of Biological Nomenclature. That is not international. Indian code. Not it's an international code. Indian Congress of Biological Names. No, again false. It is International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. Okay. I do have a question here. One of the most important functions of botanical gardens is they provide a beautiful area for recreation. That is, they are a area for recreation, but the question is most important function of botanical garden. They can one can observe tropical plants there. Yes, we can see tropical plants there. They allow excited conservation of germplasm. Yes, they are a conservation sign. That is the function there. Ex situ means outside the living world. It's a garden, right? So a lot of plants are planted for conservation in that garden. So it is an ex situ conservation. They provide natural habitat for wildlife. It is an ex situ conservation that might not be natural habitat for all the plants. um, Local plants can also be there, but it is not, it is an ex situ conservation. So that is the true answer. Ex situ conservation means off-site conservation. It is a process of protecting endangered species, plants or animals by removing them from their original habitat and placing them in a different habitat, and we are giving extra care. If it is a plant, we are giving water and then proper nutrients at the correct time so that they can flourish and grow. Okay, I think we are clear about the question. Now we are moving to the next question. Species. Species are considered as real basic units of classification. They are the basic units of classification. Lowest units of classification. Artificial concept of human mind which cannot be defined in absolute terms. That is not true. Real units of classification divides it by taxonomist. Uh, the basic unit of classification is the term here, so that is the correct answer. The basic unit of classification, yes, that is the correct answer. Actually, water species, they are a group of organisms that are a natural population of individuals which are genetically distinct and reproductively isolated from similar essential isolated with similar essential morphological traits. They are the basic taxonomy category. Okay. Then I think we are clear about this one. Can we move on to the next question? The biosystematics. This term is very important. It is a question about biosystematic. The biosystematics aims at uh, classification of organism based on broad morphological characters, delimiting various taxa of organisms and establishing their relationships. Classifications of organism based on their evolutionary history and establishing their phylogeny in totality of what various parameters from all the fields of studies, identification and arrangement of organisms on the basis of their cytological characters. See the classification. Okay, the correct answer is C. Let's see. Biosystematics is also referred to as SNU systematics. It is known as SNU systematics. It doesn't just look at the morphology. Morphology is the physical appearance, right? It also look on to the genetics, the cytology. Cytology means the cells. Basically, it is about then biochemistry, the chemicals inside the body. Then, then the option number, delimiting various taxa of the organisms and establishing their relationship. It is not just delimiting, but the third answer, the option C, gives a correct answer. Option D is about arrangement of organisms on the basis of cytological characters. It is not just only cytology, genetics is involved, then biochemistry is involved, physiology is involved. So that is why classification of organism based on evolutionary history, establishing their phylogeny, evolutionary relationships, totality of various parameters. That is why this answer is correct from all field of studies. That is important. That is why that answer is correct. I think we are clear about this question. This was a very good question. Keep an eye on this kind of questions. Okay. Taxon is the unit of a group of taxonomy. Be very clear, the taxon refers to all categories of taxonomic hierarchy. It can be kingdom, class, order, family, genus, or species. Okay, it is a group of taxonomy. Linnaeus, Carlos Linnaeus is the credited with the binomial nomenclature. That is true. It is not theory of biogenesis, it is not discovery of microscope, it is not blood circulation, it is binomial nomenclature. And the year is important, 1735. He gave the name in the book Systema Naturae, Systema Nature, Naturae. Later in Species Planetarium in 1753, that's another book. He used two Latin words for any organism. That is why naming the organism with the two terms. Bi means two. Nomial means naming. That naming an organism with the two names. Okay, let's go back to the next question. The sequence of taxonomic categories is class, phylum, it is wrong. Division, class, family, then order, genus, species. Okay. Then another, sorry, next one is like division, class, order, family, tribe, genus, species. See, this one is correct. See, division, class, order, family, tribe, genus, species. Here, order comes here. Okay. Okay. In the textbook, we have kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Right. Here, order comes after family. In the textbook, we know the correct one is order comes before family when we are doing it in this order. With this, so this one is correct. The next one is the term phylum was given by. So it was Kavyar. It was Kavyar who gave the term phylum. Okay. Next, a group of plants or animals with the similar traits of any rank, taxon. The next question, a group of taxonomic group of any ranking. Again, similar question. The basic unit or smallest taxon of taxonomy. Basic unit species. So here comes an end to